Hey there everybody, today I'm going to be giving a house tour of my new apartment in Yeonhee-dong, which is like the Sinchon+Hongdae area of Seoul. It's a loft apartment, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the pros and cons that I've encountered so far, and also maybe give a few tips about what I've learned apartment hunting the past few years. But mostly it's a house tour. I'm going to talk about how I decorated it. My face won't show up again, don't worry about it. Let's get into it. So the first thing that you see when you walk into my apartment is, of course, the kitchen. I want to apologize, the kitchen is a little bit messy while I'm filming this. That's because I don't want to do my dishes, but that's human nature, okay? But anyways, it's pretty small, but I think this is about a normal size for a Korean kitchen. There's only one burner, so that kind of sucks. The last house that I had 2 burners, but so far it's not that bad. In order to increase the counter space, I bought this little table here, also to store like the food on the shelf. I also put my coffee maker on it, some tea, some plants for aesthetic. Yeah, I'm trying to maximize space by putting things on top of each other. Oh god, don't look at my cabinet, that's terrible. It's a bunch of old food in there. I put some flowers there to warm it up. This cabinet is a total waste of space because it can't even open because of the electrical box there, so that sucks. I will say that my kitchen is the messiest part of my house. I think that's pretty natural. It's where it's a workspace, so it's messy. I haven't done that much to decorate it because in the end, it's gonna be messy. As for this area, which is like the landing when you come in, usually Korean houses have a separate kind of area that's like lower than the rest of the house for your shoes, but this apartment doesn't have that. So I tried to make a makeshift one by adding this like little tape thingy here that I got at Daiso, and also kind of a mat. But in reality, I don't really care about that too much as long as my shoes generally stay by the door. As you can see, those are my Crocs. But yeah, the landing area is there. There's also a shoe closet. It's not a very roomy shoe closet, and I think the space kind of sucks because they have those shelves to kind of display my shoes, but a lot of my shoes are too big to fit in there also. And then like here, if you stick out the shoes in the way that they're supposed to be, when you close the door, it doesn't close other ways. So I think it's a badly designed shoe closet, but it's there nonetheless, and I use it. I also use it to hang up my towel. Next to this giant pile of laundry is my bathroom. The bathroom is the worst room in the house. It's a very old building, so the hot water doesn't last very long, and also the toilet gets clogged if you flush toilet paper down it. So I've had to get used to that. Also, when I moved into this house, they didn't flipping clean it. It was not cleaned, and I asked the real estate agent why the hell they didn't clean it. I still don't know why, but I didn't have time to argue and get them to clean it, so I had to clean it myself, and the bathroom was awful, and I haven't finished bleaching everything yet, but I'll get to that eventually. But moving on to the living room, with that extra table in the kitchen that I mentioned earlier, I tried to kind of separate and create, different sections of my house, so yeah, I called this the living room. The prominent feature is, of course, my desk. I got this desk on Craigslist, I think, for only 10,000 won, although with the taxi, it was like 15,000, which is a very good price for this table. It was difficult because I had to take it apart to get it here, but once again, if you're moving to Korea, use Craigslist. Gosh, it'll save you so much money, and go and use things like online. Don't get everything from IKEA, you'll spend a fortune, unless you want to, and that's fine. Here I made one of those kind of aesthetic wall thingies. I don't even know what you call them, a wall display, using, artwork and stuff that I had. Some of it I bought. This chair is from IKEA, super cheap. I added a cushion to make it a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, my main goal with this house was to decorate it nicely without spending too much money. This is a little, Japanese thing. Oh, and this is Nick Cage. We love him. This desk area is a lot nicer than the one that I had at my last apartment, just because this is so much more spacious. This apartment is around 3 times the size as my last one. I store some stuff under the table also. I bought all these drawers and stuff at Daiso. And then the candles I got from Portland. The plants I got at IKEA. And also a small plant shop near my house. But yeah, the desk is where I eat and where I study and where I film videos and draw, etc. And it looks so nice in the morning with direct sunlight coming through. Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. Yeah, this is my window that I can open to get some fresh air. These are like my hair products, like straighteners, etc. Over here I have some more plants to see if it likes more sunlight or not. This painting is one that I did freshman year of college, and I finally got it back from my friend recently. Yeah, I have some rosemary and a small cactus here that I've had for a while. And then once again, my desk area in the sunlight. Oh, it looks so good. My desk is pretty messy right now. As most people do, I keep some random stuff here, so it's not completely organized. This here is where I keep my washi tape. I think it looks really good in that little bin or whatever you call it. I got all of this stuff at Daiso, not the washi tape, but the organizational stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cheap and it's really useful. Ignore all the cords sticking out over here. This shelf I use mostly to display things. So as you can see here, I have my ivy. I think that's ivy anyways. Yeah, it's ivy. It's growing really well, by the way. Those little things there are pottery shards I found in a river in Japan. This is my kind of shrine for all my stuff that I bought in Japan. This is from Fukushima, from the affected disaster area. I wanted to support local artists. Some fans, kanzashi. I didn't just want to keep it in my closet. I felt bad because it looks so pretty, although I think it looks a little bit messy displayed like this, but I'll figure that out later. And then if we go up, just some candles and shells and rocks and stuff. I like to collect that. Some pretty paper here. Up here is a dream catcher. I bought it from a local First Nations people artist on a reserve, so I think it's important, always buy that kind of stuff from the original makers. And then here's some pretty paper from a Buddhist workshop that I did that I wanted to hang up to remind me of the workshop. And if we come over here, finally, this is my fridge. It's very large, which is nice. It's convenient. I decorated it with Polaroids. I didn't have enough to decorate the whole thing right now. But eventually I'll be able to do that, I hope. Yeah, that's how I decorated my last fridge. I think it looks really pretty, and it's a good way to display your Polaroids. Here's a microwave I also got on Craigslist. I have a rice maker up there that I barely use, but my friend gave it to me, and then I also have alcohol, of course. Now over here is my closet. There's a lot of built-in space to store things, excuse the mess, because this is a loft apartment. So I use this closet to store my shirts, etc., some perfume, hats. This one is for dresses and more long things. My laundry basket, another one. And then this thing, which I use to put my coats on and also my skirts and socks or whatever. I got it on Gmarket. And then the bins are also from Daiso. It wasn't too expensive, but it would have been better if I could get it used. But I didn't. Over here, I have a bunch of boxes that I'm storing for my friend who's in Japan. My boxes while I was in Japan, so now we're switching. And look at that. It's time for night already. Since I've already basically toured all the items on this side of the room anyways, right now I'm gonna give some feedback about the pros and cons of living in the apartment now that I've lived here for about a month and a half. I'll talk about the cons before I get into the pros, but the bathroom, it sucks. I'm pretty disappointed about that. Because like I said, you can't flush toilet paper, and I guess that's pretty normal in Korea. But the shower is, I really need to buy a new shower head or something. Also, the hot water only lasts for around 7 minutes. I asked the staff of the building why it's like that, but they said it's to ensure that anyone in the building can get hot water when they want it. But that really sucks, and I'm gonna have to get used to that. The other thing that really sucks about this apartment is that since there's a church next door, the church bells ring 3 times a day, and it's kind of nice when it rings because it rings at 12 noon and 6 o'clock. That helps you keep track of time, I guess, but it also rings at 6 o'clock in the morning, and that is terrible. If I'm not sleeping well, it'll definitely wake me up, And, you know, some people might think it's a nice alarm, but it's not. I prefer if it didn't do that. But I think I'm getting used to it, so that's not as much of a con as it is anymore. The other major con of this place is the price. First of all, they're charging me $50 more a month, just because, I don't know, I'm bad at negotiations, so yeah. But that's a good capitalism move on their part. Not that I like capitalism. But the hugest blow is that the monthly maintenance fee for the building and the electricity bill is huge. It's like $150 a month, and my real estate agent said it would be maybe around $80 a month, so it's a lot more than what I expected. And so altogether the apartment ends up being around 700,000 won per month, which is around $650. My budget was 600,000, so I'm about 100,000 over budget, but I have yet to see if I'll save money by living in a nicer apartment. And I'll get into the pros of living here in a little bit, but I think I can save a lot of money because I'm staying home a lot more because my house is so nice and spacious, which means that I'm cooking more by myself. Continuing the tour of decorations, this pride flag and American flag are here. I mean, I'm not even proud to be an American right now, and I'm not even LGBTQ, but since there's a Catholic church next door, I thought it would be nice if they could see some representation. Also, if you just look here, wow, the view is really nice outside of this window. You get the greenery of the trees. You can even see campus there if I zoom in. The big apartments have a very nice view at nighttime, and just seeing all these houses or whatever, it's just, it's really nice, as you can see. You can see the trees even better from upstairs. And then as you can see upstairs, I have a wooden theme going on to match the flooring up here. Also, wood gives off a very cozy feeling. And as you saw downstairs, I have a white theme going on. Once again, I tried to make this very cozy up here. I had to buy the mattress, which was kind of a pain. But the furniture up here, that dresser was $10,000 from Craigslist, and this shelf over here is also $10,000. I put my makeup on the shelf because I realized if I have it downstairs near my desk, the makeup just explodes all over and it's always messy, so I decided to keep that away from my workspace. Here on the wall, I've hung up some things, but it's very hard for the things to stick to this wallpaper. I don't know why, so I didn't hang up very many. I have some plants up here that can handle shade, and this bookshelf here. I think this dresser was a killer deal. And so yeah, as you can see, cozy vibes. My giant plushy cat I got online. And the nighttime view is very nice outside. It's very, very cozy. And I think that is the best part about this house. So the pros are definitely how spacious it is, and how cozy it is. And this big, beautiful window makes all the cons worth it. And the nighttime view, it's hard to see here, but it's just, it's so nice. And I love staying at home. And in my last apartment, I hated being home. So I think that'll make the price point worth it, hopefully. Especially if I can stay home and cook some more. But yeah, I guess, I don't know if the pros outweigh the cons yet. We'll see after living here for a long time. I'm hoping that I can stay here until I graduate. Alright, editing Jess here to finish the video. So there are two main points that I want people to take away after watching this. The first is that you can decorate while on a budget if you go to Daiso and if you really make use of Craigslist and other secondhand things like buy and sell on Facebook. And then the second thing that's really important is that when you're talking to your real estate agent about a place, ask for excessive detail. Get examples on exactly how much the monthly bills are so you know exactly how much you're going to pay, because I am locked in a contract. So let's say that even if that $700 ended up being way too much for me to afford, there's no way I could get out of it unless I could find someone else to take over the contract with me. So I guess this time around I learned how important it is to ask about that, especially if you're at an office-tel, a large building, or loft apartments, which are very expensive with heating and electricity usage and everything. well, that basically concludes this house tour. I hope that people found it helpful, or at least a little bit enjoyable to watch. Maybe you can get ideas for how to decorate your own house, even though I didn't talk about that very well. But anyways, yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy journaling content, subscribe. But yeah, once again, have a great day, and thank you.